We get a lot of questions about the police here. Are they corrupt? Are they all on the take? What if I get pulled over? Can I bribe them? Well, I want to give a little perspective to this. Every cop in Costa Rica is corrupt thing. I think the reason there might be that perception is the same reason a lot of people think there's a robber around every corner ready to rob you here. It's the media, it's exaggerated stories, it's hype, it's taking exception and trying to make it appear as a rule. It's the same culprits. I'm not saying that corruption doesn't exist, and I'm not saying that you can't maybe give a traffic cop 20 bucks. But I want to give a little bit of perspective because the police do have their problems here. A lot of police departments do. They need more cops. They could definitely use better pay, even though they got a pay hike. It could be even more. They need more prisons here. It'd be nice to see the criminals actually spend some time instead of getting released the next day. So you got all that, the regular stuff. My biggest problem is the throwing of the stones, thinking that it's any worse than where you live. I lived in the States, guys. I see the videos, I watch the news, I was around with Rodney King. I saw a video yesterday, Idaho prison. The guards, serve and protect basically, watched another inmate beat another guy senseless for a long time. They didn't even intervene. So there's problems everywhere. There's bad seeds everywhere. For every 10 Andy Griffiths, there's always some rogue, power-hungry Barney Fife around. It's just, you know, the way it goes. Now, the perception if there's more bad seeds in Costa Rica is because of the websites and blogs and news, you know, people explaining how, oh, I got pulled over, but I gave the cop 20 bucks type of thing. But the difference is, you know, is it really a bad seed? I think there's a big difference between a cop accepting $30 and a cop that lets a semi-truck full of heroin go by his checkpoint. You know what I mean? Everyone's got their price, and in Costa Rica it just tends to be lower. But the biggest reason is the pay, because I'm telling you, if the police in, let's say, the United States got paid only a few steps above minimum wage, I guarantee you'd be having more of the same problem that happens here, because it's the money. So I've been here 5 years. I probably had 15 to 20 interactions with the police, transit police, that kind of thing. I've never been asked for money, and I've never offered money. I got pulled over first couple weeks here for a seatbelt, not wearing a seatbelt, but back then it was very little money, like $19. Now it's way more, so I might do things a little different. Plus, I don't know if you know this, they don't chase you here. You don't have the sirens coming up from behind you out of nowhere. Here, they catch you coming over the hill with the radar gun. They see that you're not wearing their seatbelt, and they do one of these. Plus, I've been in a car twice where the person went around them going like this, and they didn't even chase them. I'm telling you not to do that. They're putting cameras in now down here on some of the major roads, so I definitely wouldn't do that. Now, back then, the seatbelt thing 5 years ago was like 19 bucks. I mean, why would I offer money for that? Now, if I got pulled over, I'm telling you right now, I would have no problem paying a gift. He's doing me a favor. Hey, I'm still getting my consequence, all right? He's saving me time and money, and you know what? I'd rather give it to him than the bureaucracy of it all. So really, for me, I have no problem. Now, you coming down here as a tourist, 9 times out of 10, if you have an interaction with the police, it probably is going to be something to do with traffic. And you know what? You probably did do it. So, Now, the misconception here, I think, is the same. I don't know if it's actually a perception or not in Mexico, but I think it's that whole, the cop pulls you over, amigo, get out of the car, you know, and then they leave you penniless and without your clothes and puncture your tire and you're stranded in the middle, you know. It's total corruption. That's not like that here, guys. If that happens, which it has happened, I mean, there's a little bit of corruption going on, but you have recourse. Use your video camera, use your cell phone, take down their name. You can go somewhere and take care of that. It's like, what would you do if you were in the States? You would go, hey, I'm not putting up with that. Well, it's the same here. It's not everybody's out to get you or nobody believes you type of thing. So I guess my biggest problem really is, yes, there's a little bit of corruption and that bribery thing going on, mostly because of their pay. But my biggest problem is when your friend, your police friend, gets rid of your ticket, or maybe turns his head the other way when your son was going too fast down the road, kind of thing. When that happens, you call it a friend helping a friend. But when down here, when Costa Rica does it, it's all of a sudden this bad corruption and everything's out of control. And that's probably my biggest problem. So, you know what? You're here and you're going 95, 100 miles an hour down one of the roads and you get pulled over. You might want to hope that guy's corrupted. That's what you want to call it. I'm Michael Allen, travelcostaricanow.com. Peace, guys. Hope it helps.